What if the ultimate goal of a philosophical life isn't what we've been taught? For centuries, we've looked to Stoicism as the pinnacle of strength, the ideal of the inner citadel, a fortress of self-possession that remains unshaken by the chaos of the world. It's a powerful image, but what if that fortress, designed to protect us, becomes a prison? What if the very walls we build to keep pain out also wall us off from life's deepest experiences, from love, from grief, from the raw vulnerability that makes us truly human? This brings us to a critical question. What if the ultimate strength is not invulnerability, but a profound and radical openness? This is the paradox we must confront. The path of Zen, with its principle of non-striving, may hold the key to a peace that Stoicism alone cannot reach.
The Stoic project is without question brilliant. Its goal is apatheia, not apathy in the modern sense, but a state of freedom from destructive passions. It's the ideal of the sage, the individual who has achieved such mastery over their judgments and reactions that external events cannot disturb their inner peace. This self-possession is a form of power. When you can look at loss or insult or fear and consciously choose your response, you are no longer a slave to circumstance. You have built a citadel within. But this fortress requires constant maintenance. You must be eternally vigilant, policing your perceptions, fortifying your reasoning against the siege of negative emotions. And herein lies the subtle trap. This project of perfect self-control can become the ego's most sophisticated endeavor. The I that is building the fortress, that is mastering itself, is still very much at the center of the activity. It is a project of the self, for the self. This leads to an inherent limitation and a profound isolation. The pursuit of invulnerability, by its very nature, walls off vulnerability. To be invulnerable is to be untouched, but can we be touched by love if we are invulnerable? Can we fully grieve a loss if our primary goal is to remain undisturbed? The Stoic ideal risks creating a life that is safe, orderly, and clean, but perhaps also sterile. There is an ache that Stoicism, in its pure form, cannot address. The longing to be deeply connected, to be affected, to participate fully in the messy, beautiful, and painful reality of human relationships. The fortress protects you from the storm, but it also blocks the sunlight. Now contrast that with the fundamental assertion of Zen. It begins with a paradox that stops the seeking mind in its tracks. If you seek it, you lose it. The entire Stoic endeavor is a form of seeking peace, seeking control, seeking self-mastery. Zen suggests that the very activity of seeking is what prevents us from finding what we're looking for. The peace we desire cannot be an object of acquisition. The problem is the seeker itself, the ego. The ego, the sense of a separate I that is trying to attain enlightenment or perfect peace, cannot attain what its existence prevents. It's like a sword trying to cut itself, or teeth trying to bite themselves. The instrument of seeking is the very barrier. As the Zen master Lok To stated, one should not use the mind to seek mind, the Buddha to seek Buddha. The grasping mind, striving for a goal called enlightenment, is just creating another mental construct, another cloud obscuring the clear sky that is already present. This points to a critical difference between intellectual understanding and direct experience. You can understand the concept of non-seeking intellectually. You can agree with it, but that is not the same as the direct experience of it. The mind that understands is still the conceptual mind, the very thing that needs to relax its grip. Zen is not about accumulating more knowledge or better concepts. It's about a fundamental shift in perception, a seeing through the illusion of the separate self that does all the seeking. This is encapsulated in the state of mu, a word that signifies emptiness or nothingness, but an emptiness that is paradoxically full. When the monk asked Joshu if a dog has Buddha nature, Joshu simply replied, mu. This is not a philosophical answer. It is a response designed to shatter the conceptual framework of the question itself. It points to a reality prior to concepts like has or has not, a direct experience that cannot be captured by the seeking, classifying mind. It is the emptiness of all fixed positions, which is also the freedom to experience things exactly as they are. This brings us to the heart of the divide, the fundamental difference in how these traditions view the very thing we call the self. For the Stoic, the self is a citadel to be fortified and defended. It is real, it is the locus of our reason and our will, and its strength is measured by its ability to remain undisturbed. The entire philosophical project is one of construction and maintenance. You build stronger walls, you clear the ramparts of irrational judgments, you stock the interior with virtuous principles. The self is the project. Zen presents a radically different view with its teaching of anatta, or non-self. It suggests that this solid, separate me that we spend our lives defending and improving is ultimately an illusion, a construct of the thinking mind, a story we tell ourselves. It's not that there is no experience, but that there is no permanent, unchanging owner of the experience behind it. The sense of a separate self is seen as the primary source of our suffering because it creates a boundary between me and everything else, leading to attachment, aversion, and that incessant striving.
So we have two profoundly different battlegrounds. The Stoic engages in the project of building a stronger, more resilient me. The Zen practitioner engages in the project of seeing through the illusion that there is a separate me to protect in the first place. One path is about discipline and fortification. The other is about insight and deconstruction. The Stoic asks, how can I, as an individual, become stronger? The Zen inquiry asks, who is this I that seeks to become strong? This is not a minor distinction. It represents a fundamental fork in the road of spiritual development. The Stoic path can lead to a magnificent, unshakable fortress. The Zen path leads to the realization that you are the entire landscape, the sky, the field, and the weather, and that building a fortress is not only unnecessary, but is a limitation of your true nature. Both traditions arrive at the same location, but with completely different maps and intentions, the present moment. This is where their paths converge and then dramatically diverge. For the Stoic, the present moment is the domain for applying rational judgment and virtuous action. It is the only time we have any control. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, you must focus on the task at hand, on your duty right now. The present is the arena where you exercise your will, where you practice distinguishing between what is and is not within your control. The present moment is a workspace for the disciplined self. In Zen, the present moment is not a workspace to be managed, but a reality to be experienced without the filter of the conceptual mind. It is not about applying control, but about surrendering the need for control. The difference is between paying attention as a disciplined, focused act of the will and becoming aware as a natural, effortless state of being. The Stoic practice of prosoke, or attention, is a vigilant guarding of the mind. Zazen, Zen meditation, is often described as just sitting with no goal whatsoever. It is the practice of non-practice.
This distinction reveals the core paradox. The Stoics striving for control can, ironically, obscure the very reality they wish to engage. When you are constantly monitoring your internal state, judging whether you are sufficiently undisturbed, you are adding a layer of commentary onto the present moment. You are not fully in the experience. You are one step removed, managing it. The effort to be present can become a barrier to presence itself. It's like trying to smooth water with a flat iron. The very instrument you use to create calmness creates more disturbance. Zen suggests that peace is not something you achieve through control, but something you discover when the effort to control subsides. The present moment, when encountered directly, without the intermediary of the managing self, is already whole and complete. It doesn't need to be corrected or improved by your judgments. The chaos and the beauty are all part of the same seamless tapestry. The goal is not to stand firm against the waves, but to realize you are the ocean. The strength here is not one of resistance, but of fluidity, the ability to be shaped by experience without being shattered, because there is no solid thing left to shatter. This is the peace that comes not from winning a battle, but from ending the war with what is.
This fundamental difference in orientation becomes most clear when we look at the core practice of each path: meditation. On the surface, both Stoicism and Zen involve sitting in stillness, but the inner experience, the intention behind the practice, could not be more different. Stoic meditation, or prosoke, is a vigilant practice of self-examination and affirmation. It is a disciplined exercise of the rational mind. You might review your day, scrutinize your impulses, and reaffirm your principles. You are actively engaging in a project of self-correction and self-fortification. The mind is the tool, and the self is the object being worked upon. It is a form of striving for moral and mental improvement.
Now contrast that with Zazen, the heart of Zen practice. Zazen is often translated as just sitting. It is the practice of non-practice. There is no goal to achieve, no state to attain, no better version of yourself to build. The instruction is to sit with no gaining idea. You simply allow thoughts, sensations, and sounds to arise and pass without grabbing onto them or pushing them away. The aim is to exhaust the ego's constant doing, its perpetual effort to get somewhere other than here. This is the essence of Wu Wei, or effortless action, applied to the realm of consciousness itself. It is not about controlling the mind, but about letting the mind be until the artificial controller itself is seen to be just another passing thought.
The great danger for any sincere seeker, and this is a trap that can easily ensnare a Stoic practitioner, is turning meditation into another project for self-improvement. You begin just sitting, but soon the ego co-opts the practice. It starts striving for a good meditation session, judging whether you are doing it right, seeking the peaceful states that you've read about. This is the seeking mind in its most subtle form, and it is precisely what Zazen is designed to dissolve. The peace of Zazen is not a state you achieve through effort. It is the natural condition that reveals itself when all efforting ceases. It's the difference between trying to calm the surface of a pond by pressing down on the water with your hands and simply letting the water be, allowing its inherent stillness to return on its own. One method creates more ripples, the other allows the ripples to settle. This is the paradox of the path. The peace you seek cannot be found by the part of you that is restless.
So where does this leave us? Must we choose between the disciplined strength of the Stoic and the open surrender of the Zen practitioner? I propose that the most profound path is not one of choosing Stoicism or Zen, but of seeing how Zen completes Stoicism. It is the integration of these two profound wisdom traditions that leads to a more holistic and resilient form of strength. We can think of it as building not a sealed fortress, but an open citadel. The Stoic provides the foundation, the discipline of mind, the clarity of judgment, the commitment to virtue. This is the structure, the discernment that allows one to navigate the world with integrity. It is the strength of the mature adult. But Zen provides the key to the gate. It shows us that the ultimate strength is not in barricading ourselves inside the fortress, but in having the courage to open the gate and walk out into the open field. The strength is not in being untouched, but in the capacity to be touched deeply and yet not be destroyed. It is the strength of the open hand versus the clenched fist. The fist appears strong, but it is rigid and cannot receive. The open hand is vulnerable, yet it is flexible, able to grasp, to release, to feel, to connect.
This integration allows the individual to engage with the world fully without being consumed by it. The Stoic discipline prevents you from being swept away by every passing emotion or external circumstance. It gives you the stability to stand your ground. But the Zen insight prevents that stability from becoming rigidity. It allows you to engage in relationships, to love deeply, to grieve losses, to be affected by beauty and tragedy without losing your center, because your center is no longer a fragile thing that needs protecting. Your center is the awareness itself, which is boundless and cannot be harmed. This integration points us toward a redefinition of resilience itself. True resilience is not about bouncing back to a previously fortified state, like a rubber band returning to its shape. That model still implies a solid, separate self that gets deformed and must reform. The deeper strength is fluid, like water. Water does not resist the stone. It flows around it, wearing it down over time through persistent presence. It can be a gentle stream or a powerful wave, but it is never broken because it has no fixed form to break. This is the courage to be affected, to be changed, even to grieve deeply. It acknowledges that to love anything is to accept the risk of loss, and that a grief fully felt is not a failure of strength, but a testament to the depth of a connection. The peace that arises is not the absence of stormy weather, but the profound realization that you are the sky, vast and untouched, and not the passing clouds of emotion. The sage in this integrated view is unshakable precisely because they have stopped trying to be a sage. The effort to maintain an identity, even a virtuous one, is itself a source of tension. The ultimate strength is found in the effortless being that remains when all posturing ceases.
This leads us to the Stoics' unaddressed ache, the longing for a meaning that transcends self-sufficiency. The fortress of self-possession is ultimately a solitary structure. It can provide immense peace, but it cannot fulfill the human heart's innate desire for communion. The path of love requires a vulnerability that Stoicism, in its pure form, cannot comfortably provide. Love demands that we let another matter to us, that we grant them the power to affect our inner world. This is the antithesis of invulnerability. The integrated individual, however, possesses the Stoic discipline, but wields it from a place of Zen openness. They have the discernment to choose loving engagements wisely, but also the courage to engage with an open heart, trusting in their fundamental capacity to experience life without being destroyed by it. The ultimate goal, then, is not a life free from pain, but a life so rich with relational meaning that pain is encompassed within a larger, more significant whole. It is the recognition that a heart that has never been broken is a heart that has never been used. So the choice is not between strength and weakness, but between two different definitions of strength. Will you choose the safety of the fortress or the vulnerable freedom of the open field? The path of the open heart is not the easier one, but it is the one that leads to a life fully lived. If this exploration of ancient wisdom resonated with you, I encourage you to subscribe for more.